Welcome, my name is Nate. I'd like to present to you a review of a flaming sack of shit called The Gallows. And I understand that I played my hand early, but that's okay. If you only listened to a minute of this preview, you've already heard my thesis. This movie is goddamn terrible. And for that reason, I'm looking forward to ruining it for you. Why spend an hour and change of your life? Why waste that time like I did? I could have done something valuable with this hour of my life, but no. I watched The Gallows, so I'm going to ruin it for you. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this stupid movie. You could pretend that you saw it. You will know so much about it. Only I'm going to do it in 10 minutes, and it's going to be a little bit better. The Gallows comes from Blumhouse Productions, and that's a big surprise because they've got some of the best horror movies in the business for the last couple of years, and for the next few years running. There's no question about it. And this movie had an incredible trailer with the soft a cappella version of Smells Like Teen Spirit, teens lit with garish red lights being choked to death by a ghost hangman with a noose. All right, it's got potential, right? Nope. No potential, no actualization, no nothing. The movie opens 20 years ago. There's a high school theater production of a play called The Gallows, which culminates with one of the leads being hung. Well, there's a mistake on stage, and somehow the kid actually dies. The rope is really short if you know anything about physics. Usually with a hanging, you die because of the drop. It snaps your neck. It's a short rope, and he's only hanging there for a few seconds, so I'm not actually sure how he died, but whatever, this is how the kid died. 20 years later, the high school decides that they're going to have a 20th anniversary restaging of the same play, The Gallows, which has got to rank up there with not bad ideas, just ideas that would never happen on this planet called Earth. Well, the night before the play, one of the stars of the play, the male lead, who has the unlikely name of Reese, decides, at the urging of two of his asshole friends, who I don't even know their names, it's boy asshole and girl asshole. They convince Reese to come with them. They're going to break into the school. They're going to trash the set. Air quotes, trash the stage. They knock over some potted plants, and they take the noose down from the gallows. And it's really pretty pathetic. And then the female lead of the play, a girl with the equally unlikely name of Pfeiffer, like Michelle Pfeiffer, only Pfeiffer is her first name. Okay, so Pfeiffer interrupts them. She's like, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" And Reese tries to talk his way out of it. Everything comes to light. There's team drama and bickering, and it's thoroughly and entirely uninteresting. Like, the whole first 30 minutes of the movie is insufferable. You're stuck with these terrible teenagers. I recently reviewed a movie called Unfriended, also rooted in high school drama, teen drama. The movie was fantastic. This movie is awful. Over this first 30 minutes, you grow to loathe and despise this victim pool, these teenagers, so much that the ghost can't arrive fast enough and it can't kill them enough. By the time the ghost does arrive, you realize that, oh, he's gonna hang everybody. He's just gonna use the noose and choke them to death. That's not enough. These characters are so irritating. I hated them so much that even though I don't like the guinea pig movies, horrific. I wouldn't recommend it. But if that was a double feature and the cast from this movie then appeared in American Guinea Pig to be slowly dismembered and eviscerated and ripped apart piece by piece over an hour and a half, I would watch that movie. I hated them so much that I would like to request Stephen Biro this be his next American Guinea Pig movie. Okay, so now these four awful teenagers are trapped in the school because they're trying to leave and they can't. All the doors are locked, and this is one of those rare schools, apparently, that exists that has no windows. So they run around the school, and you get a prolonged period of time. If you hate found footage movies, I don't. I like found footage movies. This was an excessive amount of time of just teenagers running around a high school pounding on doors. So if the first part wasn't bad enough, and the first part was bad enough, the middle section of the film is just that. They're running around, they're pounding on doors, the ghost is making spooky noises. They find a TV, and the TV is mysteriously showing footage of the guy being hung on stage, but then it goes to static, and one of the characters says, "There's no tape in the VCR." Yeah, the ghost shows up too late and kills people too weak. Like I said, they can't be killed enough. In the midst of all this, you get the one good minute of the film. If you've seen the trailer, you've seen the film's one good minute, because they just plucked it from the middle of the movie and turned it into a trailer. Out of context, it's great. It makes you think, wow, this movie's going to be really scary. There's like a ghost hangman and everybody's tinged red and they got snot dripping out of their nose and they're crying for their parents like Blair Witch. Within the context of the film, it's awful. It doesn't play nearly as well as it did in the trailer because you've grown to hate the victim so much that when she gets choked to death and dragged off by the hangman ghost, it's a relief. Alright, so you have asshole boy and asshole girl both get choked to death by hangman ghost, which leaves our leads, Reese and Pfeiffer, running for their lives from the scary noises. The ghost finally catches up with them. He forces Reese and Pfeiffer to do their scene from the film before putting Reese in the gallows and hanging him. And then here's the big reveal. This is what the movie is building towards. The ghost hangman is actually Ghost Dad, and Pfeiffer is his daughter. And one of the other actresses in the play 20 years ago, which, now that I'm thinking about it, she was pregnant when Ghost Dad died, so she gave birth, and now Pfeiffer is 19 apparently and still in high school, so I guess she's in slow class. Alright, so this is the big reveal, is Ghost Dad and real daughter have teamed up to get revenge on, are you ready for this mind-blowing twist? You'll crap your pants, it's so bad. Reese's dad was supposed to play the character that got hanged, but he got sick that night. So his understudy, Pfeiffer's dad, aka Ghost Dad, he had to step in and play the role, so he ended up hanging to death. So your entire movie is a Ghost Dad and his crazy daughter getting revenge on the innocent son of an innocent guy who just got sick on the wrong night and called in. Yeah, that's it. But wait, there's more. Not only is this movie boring, not only is it poorly shot, poorly acted, with no characters, a terrible story, a terrible final act, it gives you a tacked on awful coda. The police are going to Pfeiffer's house where they find her and her crazy mother watching a videotape loop of Ghost Dad being hung that night 20 years ago. And then Ghost Dad pops up and kills the police and shoves his creepy face into the camera and cut. That's it. So in addition to everything else that was shitty, you've got this tacked on, completely superfluous and awful ending, which, because at least they tried, that last 30 seconds, as terrible as it was, is probably the best part of the movie. But now you have no reason to watch the movie, nor should you ever. Now, I would love to give this movie a little bit of praise. I like to sift through the feces and pull out the fiber, so to speak. So let me tell you, best part about The Gallows. It's running time. Without the final credits, this movie is an hour and 12 minutes. That barely qualifies as a movie. But God bless him for keeping it so short, because it wasted an hour and 12 minutes of my life, and it could have wasted an hour 40. In summation, watch the trailer and never, ever, 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 goddamn ever watch this movie. My name's Nate. Follow me on Twitter and Facebook at NateFlix with an X. Check back for more reviews soon.